And with the sprint lights out coming nearly on, let's have a look at the calendar just one time before the lights out. Here we are in Miami, sprint layout, 20th November, which is tonight. We are already the first quarter of the season nearly done. And as we said, this is the second sprint of the season. Last season, round-wise in Saudi Arabia, we had an amazing race. Sadly, in the commentary booth, we had some technical issues. But this time around, we are more having of a different type of look because we are now running maybe even a few new drivers, but with last time around in Saudi Arabia, we had quite a weekend, so to say. There was a bit of drama all over with 3 safety cars at the start of this race, and then in the end, the McLaren driver off. Let's have a look at the standings. Chris Sniper obviously taking an amazing win in that tough race of obviously Saudi Arabia, one of the difficult ones on controller as well. We are running cockpit racing, which means this league has no assists, no help on their side. In stock cockpit view, so on controller, I can understand Saudi Arabia being one of a difficult track to master, and it came to shine just how difficult it was with how many retirements at the start of the race we had. Sadly, obviously with a new heavy car with the fuel out and the dirtier with our following, we saw a bit of drama happening there. But then the battles were immense. Sadly, obviously, there was no commentaries over it. There was some issues with OBS, some issues on the streaming side, but the VOD, the video on demand on YouTube, is still there. So if interested, obviously all races are live on the Cockpit YouTube channel. For all the viewers who are new to sim racing or want to join the league, obviously it is a public league, and the invite to the Discord should be in the description below. But before I talk too much about the nitty-gritty details, let's look at the team standings after Chris had an amazing race for McLaren last week round, and his teammate, they've gotten a good jump on the Kick Sauber team with 164 points on the McLaren, then 130 below on the Kick Sauber. Then the Alpine with old championship leader. We got close, but sadly didn't manage to get it together with a difficult setup and strategy they played. So 180 points for Alpine, and then follows by a Haas, Ferrari, and VCAB, Visa Racing Bull. Obviously, a bit tougher on their end as we have a few reserves sometimes jumping in and teams jumping. So Haas currently on 32 points, Ferrari 27, Visa Racing Bulls on 24, and Red Bull on 22. And then Williams, Mercedes, and Aston Martin sadly running more at the bottom with 8, 7, and Aston Martin sadly didn't manage to score points yet. Let's have a look how it goes. Different on their side. So without further ado, no more further, we are already here on the track, and tonight we might have something to look forward to, because maybe there is some let's have a look here, because with this we might have a HUD going on, which so that is, oh dear, made a bit of a mistake there. There, that's what caused it. Here we go. Right. Here we go. We have something new for tonight, which I'm gonna say I'm quite proud myself. So before we are currently on the starting laps of the sprint quali, which will be a short pardon me, not that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That didn't work. What did with me? Now I'm having issues here. Right. Right ho. There, we got it now. Right. There we go. Pardon me there for an issue. We have a new overlay. So if we go into onboard, we will see what the drivers are seeing. Interesting, but it is No Saber currently who has gotten provisional pole position. Still said, obviously, it was a 12-minute session starting, getting into tonight, and now Set and Penna just crossed the line to take provisional pole position. We have a Aston Martin about to cross the line. That was already Captain Tina's, Mr. Clico. Next to cross the line in the Aston Martin. That looks to be a warm-up lap, so on board now with the Aston Martin. Going through the final couple corners. So he starts, or finished the lap, pardon me, with 132.070. That looks sadly not to be a good fighting chance lap yet. Miksu in the Red Bull 127.2 with a medium compound of tires. So also interested to see what does what, because Miami is quite high on DEG and temperatures, which is an important information to know, because at the starting sectors maybe the softs go faster, but if you once entering sector 3, you will feel a bit of a performance loss. As there was a McLaren of Dance crossing the line in provisional P7, the 129.392. There's also a V-Cup about to cross the line. Oh dear, the V-Cups collide in qualifying. What has gone on there? We're having a nice period together. As he rejoins back, he has damage, so he has to. Oh dear. That was oh dear. Hold on. As we have Mixer still up on top. Ricky Stanicki still not complete. Let's look at the Red Bull off running. There's a yellow flag here that could also be still by the V-Caps. What have you done? Oh, the Red Bull misses a breaker, locks up and goes straight on. It doesn't quite manage to do what the V-Cap managed. 3-point turn. Welcome back, Mahavir Regenathan. Joins back. Keeps the tires probably still in a bit of a nice window. Goes back. Probably goes back to the pit lane. Some more cars staying on the track. That's McLaren off Dance going one more time. First jump. Oh, championship leader who got beaten in Saudi Arabia goes up on top for now. And interesting, we are missing a championship leader, Chris Racing. I heard there was some news. I believe he is currently not in tonight's race. We have a bit of a change in the names, and Chris Racing isn't part of it tonight. So points that could be gained by our championship leader tonight won't be able. So First Jump has a chance to take heaped lot of points for tonight. Will it work? Will he manage? It is obviously still a difficult track, Miami. Easy to just make a mistake. Gain tons of penalties as well. On this 5.412 kilometer track, sector 1 yellow flag. There's a Ferrari slowing right down. We have a Mercedes crossing the line as well of Vicharman. Going through 180, 200 kilometers an hour through turn 19 now, right-hander, and across the line with GS activated. Goes up, improves into P7. Incredible performance there. Nicely done. Down in P18, that is a Haas slowing down to let as much traffic through as possible to probably start that lap as well. There's also recap on the track. That is the recap of, if I'm not mistaken, Rexito starting their lap. So across the line. Let's have an onboard look. How fast these cars go through here. Hard on the base of turn 1. Right-hander. Slightly missing the apex there. That might not be the optimal line. Through to the turns 3, 4 complex. Here now. 4, 5, 6. Left, then right, then left. Easy to go over track limits. And he did. He did go over track limits. Slows down. Slows right down. To back off. Maybe save the tires for one more lap. Obviously easy to get the tires into temperatures. We also have the new McLaren driver. I believe Franco Ricciardo is the new nickname of our championship leader, Chris Racing. But I'm not fully sure about that. So obviously we'll have a talk and we'll have a look afterwards as well. But about the driver name, obviously around the season we might see some driver name changes, but currently Hernano in the Cake Sauber taking the provisional pole position in tonight's sprint race. Obviously after the sprint we'll have a new qualifying session for the actual full race, so this information that drivers are gaining here is crucial information for the feature qualifying session. So throughout this weekend we have basically one small race weekend with a big one. The Alpine cutting corners to save as much time as possible. I think we are about to run out of time. Mixu started their lap in the Red Bull, going through sector 1, left then right. Here's where we saw one invalidation. Hugs the inside the Red Bull, but keeps it nice and steady. That we have no battery, obviously we don't know how much. Through the S activated now. The halo goes green. Up towards turn 17 they happen here. Obviously the halo might say it's turn 11. Pardon me, yeah, it is turn 11. Looked at the wrong corner. Turn 11, turn 12 right-hander. Turn 13 left with a turn 14, 15 chicane. Oh, that was not optimal. And that was an invalidation by the Red Bull. So, unfortunate. First jump, managed to start that lap as well. Hernano stays in pit lane. 125.9. Lap to beat. First jump is a whole second behind. Only one driver who got into 125. Let's see if first jump can do it as well. Through towards turn 11. There's a house on the inside. Obviously not a bother for the Alpine. Quick on the turn in. That looks perfect to me. He's charging battery for this sector. Very smart choice, because you need to have as much battery as possible for the final back straight. Very long. One of the longest straights on the calendar. The S activation zone is about halfway down the straight. So we will see that rear wing, that BVT sign open now. Here we go. Towards the final happen of turn 17. How will it take? We saw massive lockups through here. The Alpine doesn't seem to be bothered at all. Through the final traction zone, here to the left and to the right, and it will be across the line. A improvement of nearly a second, but he does not get close to Hernano. There was a fastest final sector, but not enough. Mix across the line. Probably entered pit to confirm P4. Satin Panda, best qualifying session this season. P4. Obviously the spring quali. We need to be careful with that. In P11 we have Petracan going right slow. Obviously finished their lap. So let's see. I think even run out of fuel. Just going. That looks to be going slightly on purpose slow to go back to the pit lane to complete qualifying here. Hernano in the Cake Sauber takes pole position for the sprint. 10 laps of pure ice cold racing around the Miami beaches, a Miami beach if we are more certain, and with that it will be quite an interesting sprint to look forward to. And obviously I am getting quite paranoid with my audio. Everything works quite fine. The music also not, there's no music, I'm saying the desktop audio, the game audio not too loud, overshadowing me. And so, here we go. Let's run you down the grid for the sprint. It is Hernando on the kick, Sauber. Absolutely perfect qualifying session with first jump nearly getting close, 3 times off, 294, obviously those 600s there. Just down the 3 times mark. Then Mix and a Rebel 1 second 29.4. They've done the same after decimal time. Then comes Settenpen, Ferrari nearly getting the Red Bull. Then Nocebo, Cash App, nicely done the V car, followed by P6 Jopa and the Williams, running P7 in the Red Bull 127.4, P8 Andrew in the kick. Ups and downs this season. This one's more of a downer. Then in P9, Ricky Stenicki and Diego Sindreva complete a top 10 for the sprint here in Miami. Welcome to Miami, as one of a pop 2010 song says about Miami. It was the first Grand Prix held here in 2022. Not long. It was one of the newer tracks. Let's have a look. We will most likely have a formation lap for the sprint. Of course, all the drivers to just warm up the tires. A bit of waiting for the drivers. They're gonna set up as much as they can. Obviously, strategy. They can set it up. 5 laps is 10 laps is enough to already think of maybe soft to mediums, but obviously the mediums / the hard compounds could make it from start to finish. It really depends what strategy, how risky you want to go. Hards are the safest bet to go from start to finish. The mediums, depending on how much you use them, could make it to the end with no stops. The softs most definitely won't, unless you are a absolute god on tire saving. But obviously anything is possible in this game, in the simulation. So really depends. We're gonna see what the drivers decide. Fuel loads also very much can be minimized as possible. And with the setup qualifying to sprint, we might see some drivers think on changing the front wing size and tire pressures. As for the qualifying session, the tire pressures are set on an extreme low or even high to see how fast it goes. Really depends on the track. There is a few metas in this game, and for the races, usually you want to change those values. So we're waiting currently for that, for all the drivers to set the cars up. We are going to look at the pit lane, as sadly this game doesn't have a better picture frame for to look at the cars. For anyone new joining tonight, it is a formation lap. So, let's run you down. Let's run you down the grid for tonight. It is Hernando in the sprint for pole position, followed by Forest Jump and Mixo in P3, followed by the Ferrari of Settenpen in P4, Nocebo in P5, Jopa in P6, Ronin in P7. P8 we have Andrew in the kick Sauber, followed by Ricky Stenicki in P9 and Diego Simdriver in P10. Going down the grid, Petrocam P11, Dance P12. Bichaman in the Mercedes had an amazing race last week round, seems to be not going too well in the qualifying session tonight. Then we have no assists in the Haas. Fun name because, well, there are no assists allowed. We see the positive race strategies. 1 stop or even no stops for the medium compounds. But by Zeno, let's also pull up what tires we are seeing across the board. It is mostly hards. Andrew and Ricky Sadiki do not want to take the gamble. Go on the hard compound. Followed by Captain Tinas and the Aston Martin in P16 and his teammate right behind P70. Franco Icaro, new name on the board. Sadly didn't manage to make it a recognizable sprint quality, but obviously long weekends ahead, not to be missed out yet. And Rexito in last place, following, I believe, a quali ban, or has not set up a lap. So let's go with our leader, who starts on the medium, and it is important to see what start he gets. Miami turn 1, easy overtake spot. The corner is wide. 3 cars or even more can fit through there if the drivers keep it clean. But it is all down to how well will we see this go. So, with this coming to an end, it will be down to the race start for our drivers. Let's get this up. The lights will be turned on any second once once the car stop on a big grid box. No assist and guarantees. Missed it. We'll start on cold tires. There's a V-Cup parked in a rather aggressive way. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. As it's go for the sprint tonight in Miami, and it looked to be a good start from Hernano. Already keeping a safe distance from the cars behind. That is San Pananini going aggressive into the inside of the Red Bull. Behind Andrew and some more drivers. Patrick, an amazing start. Hold on, the Ferrari tries it nearly again, side by side. Through turns 4, 5, and 6. That could have been close in the back. There's cars dropping down. There's a crash even. There's a car around. That's Captain Teenless off and his teammate. Deary me. Oh, there's a punctures. We've seen punctures. They've punctured the same tire. Oh, no. Can they bring it back? What is going on? What is going on? It's only a yellow flag. The racing is still going. What is going on? Oh, the Red Bull there. Mixu makes mistakes. Loses the podium position. Sad but aggressive and gets P3. In the back, it is all just follow through. That's also Chopa who has lost positions. Is there damage on the car? Was he the cause? There is damage. Could have been a cause for the punctures for the great SR months. They're still going. Look at the bottom right. Their cars, they are nursing that car back. Safety car can be available for the sprint if these cars are going too slow. But look at that. Jopa tried to maybe get it. There is a lockup by a Mercedes. Richarman maybe had a look for the inside of Ricky Sanicki. Heading on across the line. First and with the fastest lap. First jump has not let go. He's only half a second down. He will have to ace this lap through turn 2 and 3. Eyes on the board as well. 3/10. Andrew is having an amazing catch-up race after that, after a mediocre qualifying session, to be honest, said for him. That his hard compounds could be coming in strong. There is Captain Tinas. I think he's now. They're still crashing. They're still spinning. They're still on track. And the game doesn't think they're a hazard. So here we are, first yes zone off the race. Look at the board, first jump, he's getting close, he's looking for the inside. Oh, so much room, and he takes it. Will we see a switchback opportunity for the kick Sauber? Not quite. Hernano backs off of that one and follows through. We are catching to the Aston Martins. And I believe there is no ghosting. There is the Aston Martin. How will he get out the way? He spun into the barrier, but it's not. Oh, what is that? What is that? No, there is a pileup, a huge pileup. Jeepers. Oh, dear. Oh, that needs to be a safety car. That needs to be a red flag even. What is going on there? That is caused a massive pileup and damage everywhere. Everywhere. Oh, no. And Andrew came out of that unscathed in P3. What? The Esteban is not pitting. The Esteban. Oh, what is going on? Get off the track. Get off the racing line. What is going on? He's not pitting. Oh, no. Oh, that is huge controversy happening right here in the sprint. He's pitted now. He's got it back. And he's crawling back. And oh dear, look at that. There's heaps of cars in the pit lane. Huge controversy happening in the sprint. And that is not what we'd like to see here in tonight's race. That should not be according to the rules. Those cars were unable to drive. They should have just said no. They should have just retired. It's just a sprint. There's still one more feature race happening after this. But for the lead, they still haven't given up. It is all for the kick Sauber to get it back down the straight. 250. Top speed around 330 or more kilometers an hour. The air's enabled. For his jump. Does not have the speed. It kicks out but follows still. Turn 1, that's where one lap ago the kick Sauber lost a position on turn 11. Fernando is faster. The Alpine is saving battery. We don't know how the battery levels of the kick as well, so it is all to be said here. But in the back, 4P4 Nocebo, there is all sorts of controversy still happening. 4P9, we might have side-by-side action. No assist, overtakes Diego. I believe he hasn't pitted, so he's still suffering from big damage. All three cars are suffering from quite big damage, all on different points. And there's an Aston Martin causing another yellow flag. And he's got damage immediately after repairing his car. Captain Teenless is looking to maybe get a big slap on the wrist by the stewards after tonight's sprint. Mr. Kliko got himself back into a racing rhythm, so he is getting himself back up to an okay drive. But with that puncture, unfortunate. He was less drama involved, but still something happening. There's a yellow flag still caused by the Aston Martin. He's leaving the cars by. Don't understand why that is a yellow flag. So now down the straight, battery usage for both cars. Captain Teenless retires from the race, I think, hitting the barrier. And is there any sort of call by the FIA, virtual FIA? Nothing. But Hernando got maybe the run. He makes himself visible. That stays behind for the time being. With 6 laps to go after crossing the line. Still a lot of time to be gained. More in the back. There is still quite a bit of action involved. 4P9, obviously these three battling. The Haas got through, but then Jopa looks for the outside of the hairpin of turn 17. Can he keep the traction going? The Haas got a bit more, but look how much of the downforce is affecting them. They nearly went wide on the flat out corner towards turn 1. Saving battery here, that's the smartest choice with that missing front left end plate. And the Haas with the front, also front left end plate. It does look the Williams has a bit more damage on the across the board, but unfortunate for the Ferrari. Satin Penna got his best quali result of the season, got himself up in the podium position, and got crashed out, causing a pile-up even by a lapped Aston Martin with a puncture. That must hurt a lot, being down out of the points for the sprint. So back for the P8 battle. The Haas has slightly checked out, 8 tenths ahead, but Alexito could be having a look on the Williams maybe towards the hard tremendous turn 11, big turn 11. The Williams slightly near going to the back of the Haas, opening a window for the V-Cup towards turn 12. The right-hander here is a bit difficult to keep the traction going for an overtake. This part here just following through, just keeping it clean. No penalties are to be gamed with a close gap like this. But look how much Williams caught in that sector. He's already all over the rear of the Haas. Looks for the outside, opens, yes. This could be a done and dusted move. He's saving him in battery. He knows how to play it smart using that speed. That battery saving could cost him maybe the position to open. But oh, the Haas, the understeers at the Williams. They're still side by side. Oh dear, who's gonna get it into turn 1? The Williams on the inside, the Haas on the outside. The Haas defends the inside. He got to the S as well, so that made it easy for the fence. But he has a battery. It's saved, so the Williams could be looking to maybe get it back. He is still saving battery. He wants to have all of that full play. Hernando can't get the Alpine. They're still so close, but yet oh so far. This is a DS chicken game here. These two were involved in the drama. Luckily getting past the Aston Martin before it got too bad. The team of the kick, Andrew, 6 seconds behind. Slowly creeping in. A few tenths a lap. Not enough. But this could be a done and dusted move for Hernando if he looks to get it now. The Alpine. There we go. No more sleeping around. He goes for the inside. But according to breaking point, he goes way late on a break. He was confident. He is confident. That kick. Oh, but he doesn't have the traction. The Alpine could have a look. Not quite. Good defense by the kick after the traction loss to keep the lead. No. Whoa, I've talked too early. The Alpine goes for the inside and takes it back. Who is brave on the brakes? Alpine nearly too brave. Keeps it on the asphalt to gain back P1. Mr. Kliko with a penalty as well. So the SM1's not having a good sprint weekend at all. But back with the P8 battle. Jopa and no assist. They're still all over each other. There's a yellow flag that was caught in sector 1. Just a slight one. Maybe just track limits. Yellow flag. But the Williams cannot keep it together for an overtake. They are switching positions twice a lap. Oh, this is quite a risky defense here into the sweeping left, right, left of 5, 6, and 7. 4, 5, and 6. Pardon me. If they're missing end plates, they are risking quite a bit. And oh, there Williams! Oh, loses his entire wing. Was too eager on the downforce and has lost the wing, and that will cost huge. Will Jopa pit? It is quite a few laps to go. Wouldn't make sense to stay out. That's a puncture as well. He's punctured, and Miami does not seem nice on those tires at all. Luckily, it's just a front right puncture, so not a big one like the rear punctures we saw off the SM1s. But can he keep it on out of the barriers? Barely. And has to leave this train of cars here as well. And goes back onto the track with no cars behind. Good job, look in the mirrors. That tire is shredded though. He needs to nurse that car back. And he retires from the session. Yeah, that's a retirement, of course. After a crash like that, not much will be recovered. Obviously, it's just a sprint race, so let's not speak too early. But for the lead, Hernando is just following close. Looking to maybe find an advantage. That was a good exit by the kick. That gave him 2 there. And good traction. Does he have the battery to follow through as well? Down towards turn 11. How close will he be for the overtake? Goes on the brakes. Got a better corner than the Alpine, but the Alpine knows just that here it's difficult to go through. The dirty are really affecting the kick Sauber. Through the harsh turns of 12, 30, 40, and 15. Now through 16 on the exit. That was not good traction by the kick and lost out quite a bit. Yes, available now. How much time will he gain? The Alpine saves badly just before the break. But look at that! And he goes for it! Hard on the brakes! Will he manage? He's stunned! He's stunned! He stunned the Alpine. How will the Alpine respond? Back on it, yes. And well, he takes it back. He does not wait at all. And goes back. And that's the man going through. But what is that? That was a huge mistake by the Alpine. Nearly costing him the lead again. Oh, we see the man in the back losing the rear. But that is the first shot back into the lead of the race. And these two are just switching positions non-stop over and over. Towards turn 7, they hit turn 8, pardon me. Yellow flag, that's the Aston Martin. No, there wasn't. It was a McLaren that cost the yellow flag. Staying with the leaders here. Down towards turn 11. This could be an overtake opportunity here. There's a yellow flag caused by an Alpine. Ricky Stenicki lost quite a bit of time. Was that a spin maybe? He's down to his 15th. I mean, it's all drama according. But there is a P9 battle going on the minimum. We see the V-Cup still with the damage. The Ferrari setting Penna behind, who was involved in the beginning incident, getting himself back into probably what could be the best position he could finish after a crash like that. We also have a Haas in front of no assist. It's quite a difficult race tonight. I wouldn't expect Miami to take some of the drivers off guard, but of course it is just the nature of the track to be so difficult but so lean at the same time. Down on the back straight we go. The Haas will be the one with the biggest disadvantage, but the V-Cup with that damage won't have much to fight for. The Ferrari is the big contender to get 2 positions at once here, and the Charman is well behind, could be looking to get a good overtake as well through here. Final lap of the race started by our leaders. who these drivers now will cross the line to enter the final lap of the race as well. There's one in the pits, the car. That's the Aston Martin being lapped for the second time in the 10-lap sprint towards turn 1. The Ferrari is right close on the V-carb and really is... Oh, the Ferrari spins into the barrier and is out of a chance. Husby Chalman, who has a chance through here, does have damage. So now the Mercedes is all for nothing to play for. But let's go to our leading battle here, because this could be the deciding moment for the race. The Alpine loses traction on the exit of turn 16. Down the straight, how much has Fernando in their kick Sauber? How much does Forrest Jump have to defend it? Down towards the hairpin. For the inside defense, the Alpine double lockup. Oh, slides, but manages to slide right in front of the kick. And the kick does have the traction. The Alpine goes through the final corner to win in the sprint here in Miami. Nicely done. And Fernando close to second place. And with Andrew managing to avoid the crash down to a T, completes the podium position, kicks Sauber great points tonight for the sprint. And it's Nosebo for P4, great race from him as well, getting one position running. P5 and Zeno down in P15, started up to P6 now. Great race, up is spectacular. Followed by Diego, sim driver, getting 3 positions, then no assists. Crazy race there with these pair here. When Rexita with the damage got a good damage control race as well. That up 10 positions. He started last place, Rexita. We saw that at the start. Got himself into the points position with Charmin, complete the top 10. And Saturn Penna, sadly, with the rear end loss right around here, cost him that P10 position. Petrocam, then Petrocam in P12, Mixu. He started P3, was involved in an incident at the start and dropped all the way down to P13. Unfortunate, and the stewards really need to decide what to think after that, after the double Aston Martin drama, what will be fought there. It was quite clearly a dangerous rejoin from the commentary booth, but obviously the stewards need to decide their own opinion. So it is Forrest Jump, Fernando 1-2, Andrew P3, Nosem on P4, Run in P5, then it's seen on P6, Diego Sim on P7, and no assist. Complete a point system here with the top 8. I believe that is also the point system this league runs with. So these 8 will get an advantage going into the feature race now. So that was quite an interesting one, and I really do want to have a look what how the drivers feel after that one, because I do feel a bit of frustration coming through. It is understandably so, for the race. And let's have a look what the drivers do think. And it's a wet race wet feature quali. So let's have a look how that will go. What tires will we see? I think I'm seeing Intis in the McLaren garage. So not heavy rain, but rain is still pouring down. And with the no assist league, I'm thinking to see maybe a bit of cars having a few issues and the grid being all jumbled up for tonight. Who will be the first driver to bite the bullet and go out onto the track? Obviously, with rain, track evolution is huge, as the rain, depending how it goes, could either be, just improve or lessen down the session. So we will see later on what the lap times will be. There's an Aston Martin out first, and I'm guessing it is Captain Teenless to be first car out on track, followed by Forrest Jump and Rexito. Let's go on to our championship contender on board. Let's see how much rain. Hold on a second. Am I saying that correctly? On the hard compounds. What is going on? Now that this is something that to watch out for. What has first jump done? That can't be a misclick. The game warns you twice before going on the wrong tire. He's done it. This was a decision by him, and a weird decision to be said. Oh, and there's Captain Tinas into the runoff area. Does he have damage? Let's have a look. No, he's actually keeping out the barrier, but already on the outlap, the S-Button seems to be struggling a little bit. Some tough conditions to be said, and it is the Saber. No, pardon me. It is Rexito, pardon me. Yeah, Rexito started the first lap. In the V-Cup, the white Red Bull livery, or so. That was the inspiration out of this. Very nice to be said. Loved it so far this real life season, and I'm loving it in the game as well. So down towards, let's have a look how the inputs towards turn 1. Oh, bit deep there. Bit struggling with the traction. We have a battery this time, so let's have a look how much with battery they play. It doesn't seem to be too much. Obviously in the rain you don't want to overuse the battery. So of course the torque performance there. That is insane. As Alpine stopped before a braking point where... What has happened there? Let's have a look. That is the Alpine off. Ricky Stanicki, who suffered. And I believe I'm seeing no wing on that car. First one to cross sector 2 line is Rexito. He's missed a few braking points, but seems to be adapting well in the rain. A bit wide. That is our championship contender spinning in his first hot lap. I saw on the minimap the Alpine first jump. Yeah, I do want to see how are those hearts holding up. He's abandoned the lap, but what was the decision? He hasn't pitted, so he sure thinks that tire works. Ricky Stanicki, I think, has connection issues with late the session. He can rejoin. So let's have a look what Rexito does for the first banker lap. Where it's the final corner with a 140.6. Next car to cross the line will be Captain Teenless. Hello, pardon me, Captain Teenless. Looking for that lap time with a 144.9. Then Franco Icaro 144.0. Red Bull crosses the lines with, pardon me, a Haas cross the line. 140.631. 3 thousandths faster than the V-Cup. Boy! Careful there, Haas, with the rear end. Hernano 140.1. A championship leader. Championship contender. Probably will go back to the pits for last time. Satin Penna 139.8. Let's go to our championship leader. He's going for one more lap. Now let's have a look here. He's crossed the line road 221. And I believe he's missing a wing, is he? No, he's not. Well, what's going on? I'm well confused about what the Alpine does, so we need to keep an eye on what the next part is, because not only is he gone for the hard compound for a qualifying session, but he's gone for a dry in the wet conditions. Next across the line will be a V-Carb. Let's have a look if it's not the Saber teammate Rexito, who has already crossed the line first, but he's gone for another hot lap. Crosses the line to start a lap, as I believe he did charge the battery, so with now less fuel, worn in inters, which might be faster than fresh inters. Seeing how he does this lap. 139.8 Satin Penna. Great banker lap in these tremendous conditions around this difficult track. Through sector 1. Rexito seems to be not struggling too much with the traction. Takes good lines on the exit of now turn 8. Can keep the traction running good. Faster sector 1, so it seems that the one warning Inters and lighter cars seem to be helping him gain more pace. Towards now the happen off turn 11. Locking a little on the inside there, front left. Keeps it nice and steady. Right hand along. Doesn't seem to be suffering too much. There goes some driver. 139.237 in the Williams. Cross the line. That is a 6/10 improvement from what the Ferrari did. So the conditions do seem to be improving. It does look also here that the rain is lessening. Has it stopped raining? It stopped raining entirely. That was a big change. But obviously the track is still quite wet. Vicharman will be the first driver to really take the gamble. Forrest Jump took that too early. Heaps too early. And Rexito gets a nice improvement. 138.6. Nicely done by the V-Carb. It is the two Aston Martins next to cross the line. It will be Captain Tina's first. Looking to see maybe an improvement there with the fresher Inters. And he crosses the line up into P9. 142.3. Followed by a Haas. We might see a jump. Not quite. The Haas didn't improve. Then it's a Red Bull of, let's call, maybe running through the hairpin. 140.6 currently the lap time. Let's have a look if there's this improvement. Goes across the line with a 139.5 up at the P3, provisional P3. But the rain has stopped now. And some drivers, it is, jump has switched to the Inters. Oh no, push back soft. So, starts a lap. That's a McLaren touching the barrier there. I think it's going for one last lap on the Inters, but I don't think we'll do much change, as the track does seem to be nearly full dry conditions. Is there anyone on the softs? There is Richardson who's taking a gamble now. Let's have an onboard look. How much traction the Mercedes can keep. Now on the back, down the first back straight. I don't think the DS is still available, so the game doesn't think it's too dry yet. But it did stop raining, so we might see DS available anytime soon now. With 8 minutes remaining, by the end of the session we definitely will have a fully rubbed in dry track with a bit of a switch up. So this Andrew, who's currently leading up in provisional pole position with 137.097, which was done on Inters as well. I believe now is the call for many drivers to jump in, say goodbye to the intermediate tires and switch over to the dry compounds. With Petrocam, who had improved as well last lap round, so interesting to see. Charmin now 13th. We'll start the lap now. Towards turn 1 on the fresh soft compounds. Oh, he's gone off. He's gone off. It's not yet. It's not dry enough yet to be on a dry compounds. Interesting fact. So for any viewers who've seen this, yes, it has stopped raining, and yes, the track does look dry, but Vicharman is currently a driver who's showing that the dry compounds are not working, and we have Nano who's decided to go out on the soft as well. Let's see how he handles his conditions. It seems to be better for the kick Sauber, but maybe it's a bit slidey. Let's see on the traction what he does. That looked good on traction there, so We even to get temperatures in. Of course, the track temperatures might still be a bit low after the rain. Andrew has switched to the softs as well. We are seeing softs compounds more and more across the grid. No DS yet. The DRS has not been enabled yet. That is a way of the game saying it's still too dangerous. So the soft compound runners will have to do a lap without DRS. So let's turn 1. That's very much not it. Yeah, he abandons the lap as well. It's not dry yet. It's not dry compounds yet. Has everyone else gone out on the softs? Yes, Zeno and Captain Teeless have taken a bullet bite as well. It's Sat and Penna goes out on the soft compounds. It's not dry yet. The game knows this. Cars are struggling. They are sliding all over the place. They are not keeping the traction going. It's not dry according to the game. And as dry as it looks here, no drops of water anywhere. The game isn't here. Bia Francesco has joined. We have heard, there was news at the start that he was still eating dinner while the sprint was going. Sadly missing that. But this could be a good championship jump now. As said, we are missing our championship leader, Chris Racing. Right, so Petrocam takes the bullet. So, interested to see the traction. Is the DS is still not available. No DS. Go say, yeah. No. I have done a few races myself on this league. Won a championship set this Tuesday, and I know that this game knows itself better than what visually it is. So running, he improves with the Inters 136.5. He nearly a second jump. Let's have a look again with the kick towards turn 1. That looks a bit better this time. Yes, enabled. Now it's dry. Now it's dry. I think the kick's up with the first car to do the lap on these dry conditions. Careful to track limits. He's gone off. He's gone off track limits. So another lap validated, and he might need to switch onto fresh rubber. Next to cross the line will be Petrocam, who will start their lap. Yeah, obviously now it's DS enabled. The game knows that now is the time for the dry compounds. That is like a visual cue for the drivers to know when the dry compounds are worthy to drive on. As much as the game did make it look dry, the conditions were still not up to dry conditions. So Petrocam, a driver to really look forward to what lap they do. They are a contender for the front. They have shown great pace. And this lap will be a big show now. With only 4 minutes nearly remaining in the session. There's about 2 to 3 laps to left in the cars. With nearly the whole session being under intermediate conditions. Petrocam goes fast as sector 1. Through sector 2, there's mostly a straight. But it ends after the difficult turn 13, 14, 15, and 16 complex, which he will arrive now. The answer is still on the Inters compounds out on the track. Here we go, sector 2. What improvement will this be? Vichamin, first car on the drive to make a lap. 134, 176. That's already 2 seconds faster. And Petrocam did not get the fastest sector 2 time. No assist follows the 135.850. There is a V-Cup in front who will complete a lap as well. Let's see what their time will be. And what better their lap time. So, Petrocam, first car to fight for the front. 132.193 by the American car. Vichamin obviously managed to get a lap after a bit of an early call on the softs. This time, after 3 laps, got it done, but the soft the degradation is quite high. And there's an Aston Martin off into the barrier. It's Captain Mr. Rico. Has he suffered damage through that? He has not, and he's gone off the racing line to let the Haas by. But the Haas is not on a lap, so wasn't too much of a dangerous rejoin. He did lose a space, but hold on, he is on a lap. He's gone fastest sector 2. He's saved at the belly fully. Satin Penner, fastest overall. What is the Aston Martin, the Haas across towards the final corners. Battery is around 75%. Will this be a lap? He's not improving. Oh yeah, it wasn't improving, 1.5 seconds, but was not enough to get a better position. And Satin Penner, for the first time, seems to be fighting for the pole position. Absolutely amazing. This could be his best performance yet. He could be our first. This could be a first-time race win for the Italian driver. The Tifosis are. Now is the correct time to be a Ferrari and Satin Penner fan. If you are intrigued by this league and follow for a while, this is now the right time to be a fan of this driver. Across the line, also the teammate Zeno and a few others. Interesting enough, one car who has not decided to take a gamble, I say gamble, just taking a smart choice on the drive, is Dance. And even on the intermediates, he is still a decent P8. He's burning those inters down to make them a slick tire. And cross sector 1. There's nearly 1.5 seconds. So yeah, 1.5 second loss, and obviously won't be in a lap. Cross the line as Mercedes, which Chapman improves, but did not fight Satin Penner. He is on an out lap, so not enough. So he goes back in. Obviously, next to cross the line is Rexito, one car. He's not improving, so he's done as well. There's a kick Sauber next. Andrew goes and might be improving. 28. Yes, he goes. Provisional. Pole position 129.0. Taking it away from Saint Penner. Forest jump. 128.7. And then comes Hernano. Fighting for the front. What will he do? He's down in P14. There's a good improvement there as well. Crosses the line. And it is him. 128.1. A Red Bull Mixu. Down to up to P4. His teammate on P5. A Ferrari off Zeno up to P7. McLaren goes to the pit lane. The Aston Martin will cross the line. But they have completed that lap. So it'll be these cars. Dance really is the last car we're waiting for. And that is it. Hernano goes for pole position for the feature race in Miami. Followed by Forrest Jump. Switching the sprint results. First jump 1 with Hernano following. This time it is Hernano on pole with first jump following. Andrew stays at P3. Most consistent so far this weekend. Only the sprint quali where was a bit where he was swinging a slightly bit. Mixu, good result. Followed with running. And Satin Penner was looking strong at the front for a bit, but then got beaten by nearly 2 seconds. Track evolution really is high. And that put him down to P6 with Xenon P7 and Vichaman P8. The Sabre, after a good sprint race, didn't get quite a good feature race qualifying. And Rexito down in P10 after he was also fighting in the front at the start of the sprint. So, top 10, Hernano, Forrest Jump, Andrew, Mixu, Ronin. Followed by Satin Penner and the Ferrari, Zena and Vichaman P8. Mercedes P9 and the Rexito complete a top 10. But worthy to mention, Dance, Diego and Ikaru did their lap on the intermediate. They didn't improve. Ricky Stanicki, Pierre Francesco and Jopa, I believe, not doing a qualifying run, having a qualifying a ban. So they will be starting down in the last positions. And with a few seconds remaining, we will have a little bit of a break for the start of the feature race. This time, obviously, I'll keep an eye out that I will not make a mistake. And with that, I will be right back with y'all. Pardon me. And so, here we are for the formation lap of the feature race. Let me put the music down even more, because this is an important time now to react. It is Hernano up into the lead from pole position, followed by first jump down in P2. Andrew, his teammate, Hernano's teammate in P3. Cake Saba looking to get good points tonight. Mixu P4, Ronin P5, Satin P6, Zeno P7, Vichamin P8, followed by Nosebum P9, Rexito in P10, rounding out at P10, Petrocam P11 with no assist, teammates 11-12, Captain Tina's good qualifying session after sadly a much to be forgotten sprint race, stands 14th after risking the full Inters run in qualifying. Diego Sim driver P15, Franco Icaro, trademark, that's a name to remember, and P16, Mr. Crico, P17, and then our qualifying this band driver with Ricky Stanicki, Priya Francesco, and Jopa. Priya Francesco being once a McLaren driver, being now sent to the Mercedes. So, that was our introduction to the race drivers. Let's also have a look at tire compounds. Everyone not changing. This time we might see a same strategy run throughout. Everyone on the medium compounds. It looked to be a one-stop medium to hard, or maybe a medium hard run, depending on what order the drivers wanted. And it's Hernano to cross that line first. And with that, all eyes on our drivers to go nearly for the start of the race on this 5.412 kilometer track. First Grand Prix in 2022. Fastest lap held by Max Verstappen in 2023. With half the race laps from 57, we will have an interesting race. A lot of disqualifications, missing the grid boxes, and Hernano will be taking it off. It was first jump last time we had a good run. How well will Hernano take it this time? Oh, 5 lights. And it's go for the feature race here in Miami. Look at the Red Bull. Amazing start. Free right in the middle there. And there's retirement and crash. Oh, huge, huge. Petrochem and Exito come together. Out of the race, off the line. That was the shortest distance to a virtual safety car. Wow. And wow. That was 10-second penalty between Dance and Ricky Stenicki. Let's have a look what is going on there. I don't see any damage on Ricky Stenicki. No on the Red Bull. I believe they've collided. It's a full safety car. Pardon me. It's upgraded fully, so it's full safety car. We've gone one corner, not even, and we've got our first safety car. We've got a new record. I believe Jeddah took it last time, and we've got a new record. That's a Williams with no front wing. That is Diego Sim Driver. Probably was involved in that starting crash as well. Petrochem and Exito, they were up 10 and 11 and are down. So let's see what the strategy now is. Well, it's a two-stopper according to the game. Medium, hard. But I believe with the safety car, drivers can nurse these tires just a few laps to minimize tire wear, and so will be quite a long safety car. So eyes out for the end of the safety. Eyes out front. This is looking interesting. Few cars have pitted. Obviously, for a look here, there's 4 drivers who have taken the gamble. With the bottom 4, Diego, Dance, pardon me, 5 even now. Diego, Dance, Pier Francesco, Mr. Crico, and Franco Icaro. Let's have a look at what tire they've decided on, and it's basically different across the board. Medium, hard, medium, and Franco Icaro has gone for the 4-stop strategy with the soft tire. And so we now have to wait till they catch a safety car, and it will be all ready to go again for tonight. It was just about a corner of racing before the safety car came out. So let's see, with a rolling start this time, how well this will go. Well, the rolling start really could make things a bit more difficult for the drivers, as they would be a bit close, but also if you get taken off guard, easy to lose positions. We are waiting for the McLaren of Franco Icaro to catch up to the queue after this very early safety car. And I wish I could tell you what has happened in the back. Could be either Petrochem going into the back of Exito, or Exito just having a lot of traction on the line, making it difficult and sliding across. Really cannot tell you what really happened. What we do know is that they are both out of the race, and Diego Simdriver was the car suffering the most damage out of that, sadly being involved. Luckily, not getting a race-ending crash. So the positive in that is he's still very much in this race 29 laps and have only about 4 laps of safety car. If the McLaren catches just after here, we could see that the safety car could even be in this lap. The Aston Martin of Mr. Kliko has caught up to the group. And it will be the McLaren last one to catch. And through here, the safety car Aston Martin goes a slight slow, so it's one more lap, I believe, behind the safety car. One more lap. The safety car line, ending line is around here, but it could also be just a very late call. Lexito has issues leaving the game. Maybe a disconnect moment from EA. It's one more lap behind the safety car. Too late to call it now. All the cars have caught up to the group, so it won't be long until we see the rolling start. Into lap 4 we go, and this will be the official final lap of the safety car, unless someone pits and increases the gaps in the back. But it does seem that no one takes the gamble. Of course, the last drivers have already taken it, so they don't need to go in one more time. All the medium runners are looking to maybe nurse their tires behind the safety car to look for a one-stop strategy. This is very much going into their one-stop help, as this track is high on deck, but with a safety car, easy to manage as much as possible. Since we're currently overlooking the big turn 7 and 8 complex. Following, looking at Hernano's kick Sauber. We might have a bit of information here. Yes, you might not see the battery number, but it is interesting just to see how the drivers react behind the safety car. So with the safety car very much coming in this lap, we will have the notification up at the top around the end of this part. Unless it's another lap of safety car, which I would not say. Everyone has catched up. They have all bunched up. Yeah, safety car in this lap. So it will be the kick Sauber taking it away. And the Ferrari engine in here will take it all away for tonight. When will he go? Long wait. He's dropped the hammer, but Forrest Jump very much responded perfectly in the back. We see a bit of defensive work by Nosebo. The Ferraris in front keeping a position in the back. Dance loses out their position with the Mercedes of PFM going for the inside on the harder compound, getting their traction done, getting up himself up into P15. In front, there was no wait for Forrest Jump to have an opening look. There's a car off. Andrew could be risking a warning with that off track. Ricky Stanicki and Jopa are fighting, and Jopa got a position up to P12. Great start across the board. And so, let's get it back. Vichaman getting both Ferraris as well. Petrocam has left the session after the retirement he had. Still all the race to go here. This is our official first lap. And it is looking at Hernano being in the lead now. It's ready to run away a little bit. The Alpine just barely keeping touch. But in the back, it's into the Red Bulls. They are all so close. And Vichalman might be having a bit of pressure from Satin Penna into the hairpin. He went a bit defensive, breaking the slipstream. PFM, double overtake. Let's have a look. That's 3 wide. And keeping it out of barrier. Can he keep the traction running? And he's got a double overtake. PFM, Pier Francesco, absolutely not waiting any time. He knows that he needs to use these hards as much as he can. He still has 1 stop in them. So he's looking to maybe get as much as possible. He knows the medium tires could degrade quite fast with the cars being this bunched up. And so he takes all the advantage of the harder compound. He's already at the rear end of Captain Teenless. And he's taking all of that. That's a good line for the Mercedes. And this will be maybe an easy done and dusted overtake. DS enabled to slap. So we will see it with the assist of the rear wing. Goes past another position. And the Aston Martin doesn't fight it. So absolutely well done by the Mercedes. All collected. He's calculating his opportunities quite well. First jump, got himself into the S range. Andy behind has just lost out. And wow! The kick Sauber, charging the battery. First jump, goes for it. Nice and done. Academic move by the Alpine. What will the kick Sauber respond with? First jump seems to be a driver to really be competing for a race win here. Could he do the double win in tonight's weekend? The Hernando has no response through there. And now easy to charge through here for first jump. That was a collected overtake opportunity. He's done and dusted. And behind, running, could start getting a bit of pressure from Vichaman behind. Just also having a good race, getting both Ferraris at the start of the race. With Batzett and Penna, obviously one driver also to not discount. This seems to be a good track for him. He knows how to take this, these corners. But he is suffering from a bit of front wing damage I just seen there. So that will suffer his performance just slightly bit. And with this track having quite a lot of front harsh corners with the high speed corners, that front wing will be having a huge impact. Back on PFM, he goes for another academic move for the inside off, no assist. With the DS assists. I say no assist and then DS assist. That's quite a tongue twister, but the Mercedes goes up into P11. Chopper ahead, next car he has to fight. Also good recovery from him. From last place, he's got himself up into the middle of the track. So that's also one car to see his fight up. He's on the back of this train here. The V car up there in front of Nocebo, maybe looking for an overtake. He makes himself visible to the Ferrari, but didn't manage to keep a traction for the inside there. Backs out of that, giving Jopa maybe a good run here. Pier Francesco needs to gain about 2.5 seconds or so to get back for the DS. But we see Ricky Zanicki, Dance, and Captain Tina's fighting. Captain Tina's side by side gaining the traction, going up into P14 again. Dance couldn't keep it together, but for turn 1, very close, not too close to an opportunity for a chance. Absolutely good racing here by the Aston and the McLaren. Very nicely done. Let's have also still a look to a P9. Pardon me, it's a whole train starting from P6, even P5, as Ronan leads off this train here. And PFM, Pier Francesco, absolutely losing no time. He is pushing at Mercedes. He has all to play for. And as an overtake by Nocebo going past Zeno into turn 11 with the assist of the AS. Get himself done. And Pier Francesco staying on to 1.8 second gap throughout the straight, but now comes through here. He has no dirtier, so all this time can be gained. Half a second, even more gain through here. That was a 17th gain there. The Mercedes absolutely not losing. There's a yellow flag, cars behind. Let's have a look what happened. That is Dance who spun round. Oh, that is huge damage on the front left of the car. And he's pretty much needs to look. That's a 3-second time of a quarter to the corner. Weird strategy there, weird decision there by the McLaren. He needs to go back to repair that damage. And, oh, we've missed an overtake for the lead again. First jump, couldn't keep Hernando behind for now. Was too busy to look at that middle part of battle. with Zeno having lost it on Joper. Joper got V. Chapman is out of the race. V. Chapman is out. There he is. Oh dear. And another safety car. That was a Mercedes. Spun round. Right here. Careful the debris. Easy to collect a puncture. MV Chapman out of the race. Safety car number 2. And it will be Hernando who to take it away again. Now it's into the strategy. Is this too early? This is looking to be played for a 2-stop strategy. But the medium compound still, they could savor the tire behind the safety to even push further for the 1-stop strategy. This track at the start, very difficult to go for the 1-stop. High deg on the tire. But now it seems to be even more handy as with these safety cars who will have negated up to 95% of tire wear. The safety is waiting to pick up the leaders, and Mr. Kliko could be all back into this race. Dance as well after that spin, suffering big damage, could be able to fight it back. Andrew has gone off the track, and here we go. We see the drivers are taking a chance. Andrew as well, so it will be a double stack for the kicks. I'll be on board on the Andrew on board to see how much time he'll lose for entering behind his teammate. And he'll have to wait a little bit. Well, that's a big time loss, but everyone behind pits. No one. There's one car taking a gamble. It's Pier Francesco. Up to P4. Where will he come out? Up to P3. Older hard compound. Let's have a look what the tires this time are. Captain Tina, 10 second time penalty for spinning in the pit lane. Everyone has gone on a hard compound. And 19 laps, give or take, could be done on the hard compounds. But it is a tough strategy to be said honestly. Pier Francesco will definitely still have to go one more time into the pit lane. He will be on this fresher and softer rubber, but he will lose obviously the time of the pit lane. The perfect thing that could happen for Pier Francesco is a perfectly timed safety car for him and not the cars in front. But obviously, if there's a safety car around the next pit window, everyone will most definitely take that chance. Only that Pier Francesco is 100% taking the chance for a pit stop, while the cars in front could be going to the end on that rubber. We're waiting for Mr. Kliko. The Aston Martin has pitted just before the safety car. We'll be waiting to see when that car catches up, which might be in about a lap or so time. So, Hernano will be the car leading off in the safety car. If Pier Francesco has another hard compound, which you have a decision before the race weekend to go either with the softer plan, you have 4 softs, the medium plan, which is 2 medium, 1 hard, and 3 softs for qualifying, of course, or you go with the hard compounds and have 3 softs, 1 medium, and 2 hards. If Pier Francesco has gone with the harder allocation, he would have another hard at play. But if I'd be in his shoes, I'd probably take this chance now. But he hasn't done it, so interesting to see. The top 2 very much could stay this way, probably with a bit of switching around. Pier Francesco, one car that I cannot say where he might finish with his strategy plan. So with Diego Sim Driver, Andrew could be taking back his P3. Obviously, he might have nearly got it as well if he hadn't had to wait for his teammate in the pit lane, but it was a no-brainer to go into the pit to change for the fresh hearts. And the Savior now has a choice. I believe the game says sometimes it is if everyone catches up, the Savior calls him, but it could also be if one car is behind, that it could be a safety car in the slap. We will find out now. And there will be another lap behind the safety car waiting for the Aston Martin, rightfully so. An interesting weekend here, with drama all aboard and a wet quali, sprint quali to make, pardon me, not sprint quali, a red feature quali to make it even more interesting. It has all gone a bit different and a bit special tonight, and I'm all for it, as it is an interesting way this weekend is playing out. With also, we could see Hernando versus Forrest Jump championship battle, because Chris will absolutely lose heaps of points, sadly, as with the sprint you get even more points than a normal race weekend. I believe the theory of Franco Ricciardo being Chris is also debunked, as I believe as much as Chris is a fastest driver, I believe he wouldn't be suffering a little too much around this Miami track. So Franco Ricciardo is a new driver playing into this McLaren team. It will be safety car in this lap. So we'll be back to all board racing after the main straight. That's where we get the message. Manu will lead off. 2 lap old hearts, basically the freshest hearts we have, and followed by P3 with 10 lap old hearts. P5 so 60 positions gained. Obviously he has one stop behind, so we'll have to see what he does. If a notification will pop up right around now. Here it is. So it is Hernando taking it away in the kick. The chairman leaves the session. There's a bit of a gap behind because Sameki make it a big gap. And obviously hard compounds, we want them up to temperatures, weaving all aboard. And so, to actually happen. Early start by Hernando, and it caught Forrest Jump absolutely off guard. What a fantastic safety car restart. It caught Pierre Francesco even more off guard. He's already out of the second. And Forrest Jump has also been nearly dropped out of the DS detection zone, which will start next lap again. How well can Hernando run away on those tires? How well can BFH just defend on those worn hearts? And dear me, going a bit wide. There's a kick south. I believe PFH just went wide as well the corner before. But this will be quite an easy opportunity for Andrew if he can ignore the caution sector 1 there. It's a yellow flag. So towards the hairpin of turn 11. The kick Sauber goes to the outside. He knows he has a traction. Can he keep it together? The Mercedes doesn't make it too difficult. Mixer behind gains it also on the Williams, who's also on the older hard compounds. So Mixer has one more car ahead who will be on worn rubber. And goes a bit slow through there, but up in front, First Jump. Following through with a bit of weaving by Hernando. I don't know if that was in the rule or just a few too much. We'll have to figure that one out. But it is a First Jump being left out of the DS zone. Down towards turn 1. The DS is enabled, as Race Control says. He's got it back. He's gone deep, but not too much time loss, as Hernando was going a bit easy on turn 1 as well. up to the complex of turn 5 and 6. Now through turn 7 and 8. This traction zone will be important to Alpine manage to get back into the DS zone. How well will we see this happening? In the back, we also have a few cars. Satin Penna could be looking to maybe gain on the Williams in front. First jump had gained no time even with the DS assist. So throughout, the Ferrari Satin Penna follows through for now. And it does seem just that in this train a bit difficult to get past. But first jump, absolutely great gain. Out of the final sector into the back straight. He's all up to the rear end of the kick Sauber. These two are playing it smart, but still hard racing between the two. No assist, got past Zeno on the straight with the DS. Eyes are still up in front here, as this has championship implications. PF Francesco goes for the overtake. Will probably defend, but oh dear, nearly lost the rear end there. Slayed out of control, but he's kept it together and did lose quite a bit of time, but kept it out of barrier. So lucky there. His tires, on the other hand, must be begging for him to say calm down. They want to be not long till they get switched out again, because he, with moments like those, he can risk punctures. And Hernando goes for the lead of the race with the S, and the academic move kick. The kicks over. Fernando basically gave it. He wasn't really defensive through there. But now, who has more battery? Who has the better straight line speed? As we'll now go into the second back straight. And yeah, Alpine is all over the place with the rear ends. He has no rear traction. The kick Sauber just seems to be losing out a bit on traction as well, but he has a DS. Down to us it happened. There is a big gap by the kick, so either will be a big sense, but not quite. It was dead on the brakes, which gained a bit of time, but not close enough to fight it. Now onto the start finish straight. We saw some overtakes here between the two, but the kick Sauber is just too far behind. Nosebo and Ronin with Satin Penna behind are in a bit of a battle here, and we could see the Ferrari maybe have an opportunity into turn 1, but the VCAL places the car perfectly to block the Ferrari to get through, and stays at P7 for now. In P15 for the Alpine, we have Vicky Slicky and Mr. Kriko, like a bit getting feisty, but that is PFM. PF Francesco gets a penalty. Multiple track limit warnings, so 3 seconds will be added to his name, and with that he will be demoted down to auto P7 if he finishes here. Petrochem joins back. Interesting. Looking for maybe a bit of a spectator here. For the lead, Nano is in this bubble of a 1 second and lower. And last time at the beginning of the start of the race, we saw that it was close enough for Nano to get close to fight for the overtake. But obviously throughout the race, first jump can learn tactics as well from his rivals. So, and it's all a learning process. And with the DS gaining heaps of time, that's a McLaren round. That's dance off, and what a rejoin that is! Oh dear, Mr. Kriko goes round the outside of the both of them and gains 2 positions, and the McLaren noticed and gave the position back. But that was a bit dangerous. Ricky Sadiki had to fully go into the brake to let him through. That is rubbing the barrier there by the McLaren. And dangerous, as that can cause punctures, rubbing the barrier like that. Up in front, first jump still looking to stay close. Those assists also getting close to Zeno. They've been fighting a bit for a while now since the safety went in, and with 13 laps to go, we could either see these two go to the end or maybe a surprise pit stop. Hernano with the DS is getting mighty close for a cent even, but he's just too far behind, and he maybe decides that the next opportunity is the second back straight, which could be a good choice. Will the Kick Sauber be able to take that opportunity? Throughout the back end, first jump really has to defend for the life of him here. Yellow flag, sector 3. That is Captain Tina's in the barrier. Out of the wall, but no damage. So back onto a leading battle here. And that is the Hernando taking it. He knows this is going to be double lockup for the Alpine. And could stay with his nose on the outside and lose the position. But this is the sprint all over again, because the Alpine has a chance to get it back right here. Will he take it? He looks for it, but not quite. This is different than the sprint now. Hernando keeps the lead. We also have, for P10, the battle still, pardon me, for P7, that is between Eusebio Penna and Jopa. That is not between them. Pardon me, I was wrong. Right, P10, yeah. The battle for P10 between Diego Zin and Narcissus is also so going a bit in the back. And now for the lead of the race, first jump is right on the end and takes a position and goes ahead towards the breaking point. Follows through the Kick Sauber now with a bit of dirty as well. Careful on the accelerator, of course. And the Alpine seems to really wear those rear tires. It's not a good exit by the Kick, so first jump gets a good run out of it. Yes, now on. And that is a heaps of straight lane speed, but not close enough. First jump stays, but there it goes deep. Gives a good advantage for the Kick Sauber, who could be looking to go past here now. Follows behind with the DS. Looks for the inside. Yeah, it's going side by side. A bit of lag there. And first jump. Can he keep the traction? It's still side by side. We see the Kick is still there. And he's gone past. And the Kick couldn't keep the traction and stays behind for now. Could be a decision that in the next air zone follows through then. Let's see how the Kick Sauber will take it here. But that was a good defense by first jump, keeping it together with a bit of a switchback opportunity at the exit. And so stays at the lead. And now on this straight here, they are pretty much charging the battery. So of course they've practically used it all to one for fight, the other for the defense. Oh, goes deeper now there into turn 11. And they've caught up to Captain Teenless, a back marker. How hard will it be for the first jump to go past? The blue flags will be woven, and there's the Aston Martin going to the side of the track. And slows down just enough to let the Alpine by. And the Alpine got a DS as well out of it. Another blue flag, of course. There's Hernando following through it. That is a great opportunity. Oh, locks the fronts hard and nearly spins into the hairpin. That was incredibly close. But he's kept it together and gone through. And those tires must be also screaming. Andrew goes to the pit lane. Surprise stop. Interesting. It's going for one last medium run. Maybe undercutting the top runners if that might be possible. As first jump seems to be overdriving those hards quite a bit. Very much risking quite a bit throughout those corners. So Andrew, first way to go to the pit lane. And we'll come out with just a little bit of traffic up ahead. Nocebo and Penna go side by side through this first sector. A bit of switching all across the board. Andrew goes to immediately past the Ferrari of Zeno. Also has the fresh tires. But Set Penna close onto the V-carb. Let's have a look how close he is. Yes, available now. How much will he gain? Not quite enough. Don't reach at top speeds. Oh! The Kick Sauber card. But wow, that was hard on the brakes. Locking both of them. Both of the front tires. Well, not too much of a loss. Through the Tristy Sector 3 we go. First jump loses the lead for now. Of course, they are trading the positions just a little bit. And they're staying out. They're not pitting yet. Towards turn 1. That was not a lift and coast. That was straight on the brakes. He is charging as much battery as he can. That was an interesting strategy. That's the first time I saw that. And with the new and enhanced HUD, we can exactly see what type of pressures he brings on the brakes. But he's staying in the 1 second, which is a deciding move. And it does look that the Alpine has quite a bit of battery on it, so up towards Jopa leaves the session. Looks to be maybe a disconnect, but with the Alpine, he is just staying behind, not going aggressive yet. He is either deciding to save battery or oh, there's a bit of a wall tap there. Or maybe he's thinking on boxing. These camera angles have... First time I've seen these angles. What's going on? Okay, back to trackside. That was interesting. Zeno goes up into P9, but the Williams could be defending it towards the habit of turn 11. The Ferrari goes past. That's Mr. Kliko going to the pit lane as well. And now I kind of want to stay on this leading group here. Because will there be a pit stop? No, they're staying out and they're getting closer to the end of the race where maybe they might not even be stopping. And Andrew's undercut might be undercutting nobody. Obviously on this track it is really either 2-stop, what these two drivers here are doing, or a 3-stop where in the end part you really need to go and over push the tires as much as you can. As Andrew now has an immense pressure to get himself back up to where he boxed, which was P3, with 2.2 seconds, and obviously rapidly approaching the cars in front, who are also a bit of a battle with Pen and Sable, who are following each other. You might see the Cake Sauber rapidly approaching. It's already gained about half a second just in this first sector. And Jopa also decides to go into pits for the last second stop. But up in front, it really seems to be a mix on strategies, and Andrew being the one driver to really risk it. Obviously with the undercut, if anyone pits in front now, that is all the time that they lost this lap and last lap will be added behind Andrew, who has gone safe as well. He has it was a gambling decision of staying safe. Captain T, the 3 seconds competitive quarter cut, and there he is, and ooh, nearly risking a bit of a... Oh, careful! There's still blue flags! And that was nearly Andrew going into the back of the Aston Martin. So disabled nearly also went to the back, and that could be an opportunity by the Ferrari with the AS. Down towards the hairpin, but brakes early. He doesn't want to risk it, and it's a kick. Oh, Andrew! He's got no traction as well. As we've seen the battery amount of the kick Sauber for some explicit reason, I don't know why. 40% in that kick Sauber. Interesting that he's the only battery we see. It's gone up. That is Pierre Francesco and Mixu going into pit lane. So he's back into P4. Incredibly well done by the kick Sauber. He's only got one more position to be back into his stopping position. Up in front though, these two, they're still staying in their little bubble of their own. They're in their own whole race. Eyes on them, obviously. This has incredible, interesting championship complications behind it. Implications, pardon me, wrong word. Oh, the Alpine nearly round. Those tires are on their last thread. If you could see just how much they're worn, I believe the Alpine really does need to look for one more stop. The way he's sliding all around, he's really getting into a dangerous spot with tire wear. This was Aklikos going back into the pit lane. And no, the Alpine, even though he's sliding all over the place, does not want to stop. We hear the pit stop of the Aston Martin on a right ear. And that was a good, I say good stop. He got a 10-second for speeding in pit lane, and he is down. Sadly, the Aston Martin teammates will be probably sadly another pointless a race with no points, and he's crossed his 10-second cross the pit lane exit white line, and I am just a little bit curious to see how many penalties he's gained. He's 20 seconds up on penalties now, which might cost him even a position on his teammate. For the lead of the race, Hernando still leads off with first jump just slightly just following behind, but he is down on his last tire. So does the Kick Sauber as well. With the way they're kind of pushing each other, I can't imagine that they're running on rubberless tires for the final few laps. They're getting in the soft window now. If there is a stop, the softs would be the next smart decision. They have obviously fresh softs, or as quali was mostly wet. The tires that they didn't use for qualifying could be used now for the race. And down to as it happened, we will see. Will there be like a last minute decision? Both stay out. They're staying out. They must be confident in their tires to make it to the end. Slowly and steadily, I also saw the Ferrari of Sainz Penna catch the rear of Nocebo again. So these two are still in a bit of a battle. And Sainz Penna could be looking to maybe finish in P5, which would be a good finish in his books, with being quite a consistent driver all over the season. So let's see how the final few laps of the race will go. But it does look that Sainz Penna for now stays behind, looking to maybe look for an overtake opportunity later on. Mixer is running the rear end of the Mercedes in front, who also has a 3-second time penalty as well, which will be counted at the end of the race. So he will be technically losing, by technicality losing that P7. The Red Bull of Mixu will take that position with not much trouble behind it. Forrest Jump has backed out of his championship rival up in front, out of the DS by quite a mile, and well, I'm really thinking that could be the main reason with his tires. So Sabo, Sainz Penna goes finally past Sabo with the inside of turn 11. I believe that was the overtake opportunity of turn 11. But also there. Oh, there's an Aston Martin rejoining. The Sabo had to avoid, and that lost him. Did he get damage? Oh, that must have cost Sabo a bit of damage, which will help Sainz Penna. Also, what we have kind of missed, Andrew got the position on running to be back to where he pitted. And, well, if up in front they do pit, Andrew is in that pit window. Is underneath that pit window, the pit distance. So the undercut will pretty much go into Andrew's hands if the two in front really do a last second decision to pit. Because those tires do be looking to be very worn. They are running on their last breath. First Jump has backed off of it heaps. He's losing, and I think he's braking on the straight. We will see his inputs on the next straight. What you're seeing with the input here with the steering. Oh, there's a yellow flag. It's a McLaren. It's... Oh no, he set the leader. He set the leader of the race. And Forrest Jump gains all the time back. Oh dearie me. There must be a lesson for dangerous rejoin here. The stewards are not impressed at all. And that brought Hernando right back into the play. And I think he was also very much tire saving. So for the past few laps, all those laps that First Jump has done on those tires, he has saved them more than Hernando did. So Hernando is a bit of a disadvantage now. Obviously, we are still three laps to the end of the race. It is very much. I cannot tell you how this race will end. Andrew is rapidly approaching as well. He's gained 5 seconds. Let it sink in, 5 seconds in the past 2 laps. And if he gains even faster for the final lap, if these two are still scrapping, Andrew could just be in it for the final lap of the race. But now that Forrest Jump is back into the DS opportunity, it could be maybe that in the end of the race, you could be looking for the overtake advantage. Obviously, it is all in their focus, just the tires. They need to nurse these tires to bring them home. Very much sing them lullabies. They want those tires to bring it back. As PFM gets Nosebo on the straight. Nosebo could be looking to get it back, maybe under braking. There's a huge battle going on here. And PFM, who has pitted quite late to get fresh rubber now, has the advantage on tires. And Nosebo helped himself back ahead of the rail as well. And Mixu is up on this as well. He is also on very much fresh tires. And that is Viveka of Nosebo into the barrier. Lost his front wing. Nosebo was going so well, and I've commentator cursed him. He's down. And he very much has to pit for a new wing. Oh no. He was going for a strong P5, and now won't be anywhere close to that. Mixu, on the other hand, is in the battle for P5 now. And Nan up in front. I'm sorry to switch away from that, as it could be interesting. But this is important here as well. Mr. Kliko, another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Forrest Jump has pretty much brought the tires back to life as we're going into the second to final time in this sector here. Turn 11. This is a very deciding battle for the lead. As they battle for the lead of the race as well in the sprint. And we're back here. Deja vu to basically the start of the weekend. And Forrest Jump very much has a chance. And Nano needs to back off a little of the tires as well. Who knows how much percentage they have. We don't know. But full information for the drivers after the sprint race. The danger zone starts at 80%. A S1 costs a yellow flag. Not enough for me to switch the camera. But that was a good corner by Hernano, which Forrest Jump couldn't respond to quite enough. Through sector 1. The final time for the final lap of the race. Kick versus Alpine. This is going to help him very much in the championship as well, as the McLarens are out of the points. Sadly, the second Alpine as well. The Kick Saubers are looking to gain heaps amount of points tonight. For the final time on the straight, that is huge wheel spin by the Kick Sauber. And that was a good run for the Aston Martin. Alpine. DS Open. How much battery does he have? He's charging. He wants to charge for the final time, for the final back straight. Through here. Through attempts to differentiate these two. It's getting close. Through here now. Alpine versus Kick. Who has the better traction? Kick Sauber is gaining ever so slightly through these couple corners. And has gapped the Alpine just a little bit. How much battery does the Alpine have? How much can he fight back? He's still charging. He still wants 3 seconds battery for Dance. 99. And it will be, I believe, of self-relief for the Kick Sauber Fernando. Goes for the hairpin. Accelerates slowly. He does nothing to risk for. To go for the final corner. Crossing the line to win in Miami. Forrest Jump in second place, and the Kick Sauber of Endu will complete the podium positions. A double podium for the Kick Sauber team. Congratulations. Running in the Red Bull. Good race from him. He will keep it together for P4. PFM. He saved the P5. Mixu absolutely nowhere. Not inside the penalty. And will finish in P6. Unless, yes, there we go. P6. Second Penner has lost the pace as well for P7. And Nosebo, I believe, is bringing it home with no front wing. He's driving 2 laps on no wing to bring it in P9. And the other Ferrari, Xenon, P8. Sorry, P8, Xenon P9. And there is no assist. The final Haas to complete the top 10. And Diego is sliding the rear all over the place to come out of the top 10 in P11. Franco Ricciardo, first time tonight appearing in this league, has had a quite calm race to complete a calm P12. No gap in front, no gap behind. He's in a little bit of a race of his own. Unless about 2 more cars have to cross the line. Probably 3 more cars have to cross the line with Captain Tinas as well. It will be the next car to cross the line for the final position of P17. But with the penalties, drops out to P16. It's Franco Ricciardo for P12. And that is the final car to cross an incredible race and a not forgetful race. So with all the drama that's happened at the start of the race, the earliest safety car call I've seen in my racing career, we haven't even gotten past turn 1 where a safety has been called. Here we see Hernanos, absolutely incredible, absolutely deserved win, keeping a feisty Alpine behind and even wasn't involved with the back marker, and he still kept it together. Sirius obviously will have a bit of a tough job tonight and the rest of the days to decide on penalties and the decisions. First jump will most likely take back the lead of the championship, and with Andrew getting himself a good chunk of points as well, the Kick Sauber will definitely overtake Alpine in the standings. So let's run you down the statistics of the game. Race winner Hernano, fast lap goes to Hernano as well, so 1 point there. Driver of the day according to the game, Pierre Francesco, who started basically last place, got himself up into P5. Most overtakes, Diego Sim driver, who was the other car with no qualifying. And Nocebo counts to the cleanest driver, which goes far in a race like this. So, top 10. Hernano, furthest jump, Andrew running, Pierre Francesco, Nocebo, Mixu, Settenpenna, Zenu, and Diego Sim driver. Congratulations to all of our drivers, and congratulations to the Kick Sauber team for a double podium position. And obviously, for new viewers, we are not done with the broadcast yet. We will have we will have interviews with a few drivers. Most likely, it will be our podium finishers. So we will hear them very soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah, yeah. I think okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, to the interview. So, Andrew, we'll start with you. You had an amazing race tonight. Anything you want to share for us tonight? For us?
Yeah, I mean it was a good result, but considering the McLaren drivers weren't racing, I should have done better. But I haven't played the game in 1 week. Yeah, it was good overall.
Also, you were the highest finisher with the final pit stop. Why did you stop with a few laps to go?
Because I mean I this is a two-stopper. I didn't think the that Forest and Ternanos could go to the end, because usually this is a two-stopper no matter what. So yeah, I'm
So, yeah,
I
interesting.
e-
Yeah.
even if it wasn't the right decision, I wasn't catching up anyway, so I had to do something.
I have to say, probably from the finishing position, your pit stop has gained you more time than it cost you. As in the end, you were only a few 10 seconds, I believe, behind, which you were around there anyway before the stop. So pretty much you minimize your risk of a puncture as well, which you haven't gone for a gamble to stay out, which our two top finishers did. Interesting there as well. We're gonna have to come back to that one, but. According to also throughout the race, how was it cutting through traffic after the stops?
It was easy because the tire delta is very big, so I was gaining a lot. When I got past the traffic, I was gaining 3 seconds to the leaders per lap.
That's a huge amount of time. Also, let's also go to the sprint race. Let's get back to memory. There was a huge incident at the end of lap one, with both Aston Martin suffering rear punctures. How was it cutting through that cutting through that with no damage?
I can't really remember. I remember cutting through some traffic, but there was a lot, so I can't remember all of them. I remember that at the Mickey Mouse chicane, two cars crashed and I went like in the perfect gap and I gained a lot. I can't remember all of them.
That was the incident I'm talking about in the Sector 3 complex, the Mickey Mouse corners, as you say.
Oh yeah.
It was a huge pileup. The Aston Martin, who had a dangerous rejoin, caused a huge pileup, and you were the car basically cutting through there with no damage. How did that feel?
I mean, it's easy for me because I'm just used to having poor qualities and I'm used to cutting to traffic all the time. So for me, it's just routine at this point.
Understood. And any maybe thoughts about that incident with the Aston Martin?
Not really. It's it happens.
Uh, as we just saw, the culprit just joined the commentary for a little bit, kept me
Yeah,
curious.
yeah.
Speaking of the devil, he just appeared. So, yeah, Andrew, very much congratulations for P3. Very consistent on your end. The most consistent finish tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Any final words for before going into the weekend?
No, it was great result considering all. So yeah, I'm happy.
Well, congratulations to both podium P3 positions. Right, next
Thank you.
up, first jump. Finished P1 in the sprint, then finished P2 in the race. What an amazing weekend you had. Tell us your thoughts around it.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, the race wasn't quite optimal. Let's put it this way. My setup was not quite on the spot. In those slow sections, under the bridge, the chicane, and etc., I was losing a lot of time to Ananos. I just couldn't find the grip, but yeah, somehow in the end, he broke the RS, and I catched up again because my teammate who got disconnected got in my way, and yeah. Broke the rest to me, but then the same shit happened to Hernanos, and I could catch up, but yeah, passing was impossible. He was just too fast today. Well done.
Right, understandable. And in the sprint, you guys were doing a different type of battling. As I saw, you guys were switching positions throughout the back straight, and then you got it back on the main straight, and you didn't manage to keep it up for the main race. What was the key factor that made you get it in the sprint?
Yeah, I guess it's a shorter race, so whenever you're ahead, you got the advantage that it's not too long to go, so you can defend more easily. But yeah, in the race, the tire deck was too high for me. That's why I just couldn't keep up. I used the same setup, but yeah, it worked better in the sprint than in the race.
Understood. So, one final question I got to you. You went for the one-stop strategy under the safety car. How close were your tires to puncture risk at the end of the race?
Oh, they were on 93. I guess, yeah, 93.
Oh wow, you
So,
went deep into the risk zone.
yeah, 2 more corners and that would be it.
Interesting.
But yeah,
Hey,
got lucky.
I'm sorry, just a second. How did you not get a puncture? Because I was hoping you would.
I think lap 12 is, if you go for the one stop, lap 12 is the optimal window to pit, even though
Yeah, I know that.
it's still
I
tricky. But with the safety car, it helped a little bit. We had like one.
I try
Yeah.
in the week one stop strategy. If you pit at the 11, 12 laps with the mediums, you can go to the end with the hards.
Yeah, that's the optimal window, and yeah, it's still close, but you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very close because you if you stop at the 10 lap, so one more lap on the hard, you puncture.
Yeah, and the safety car helped as well. So
Yeah, to me it just didn't seem possible. I mean, Tarver was lower than expected, but I just didn't think it would work.
yeah, it was a little lower. I saw that on the medium. But yeah, I also was planning for a 2-stop, but yeah, safety car saved a little bit.
I start for the one stop.
Oh, okay.
And the safety helped me.
Yeah, I never thought you guys would do a one-stopper.
With the safety car.
As go back to the interviews we go. So nice conversation we had between our podium finishers here in the cool down room. Well, and you was hearing about that one stop practically. I mean, I have to say, I know this game well enough that around 80%, that's the puncture risk. Going up to 93, that is like covering yourself in fuel and jumping in fire and coming out unscathed. You risked it all at the end. And luckily, and congratulations also to the P2, you managed. So, incredible there with the strategy. Obviously, the safety cars, as said, they say it helped. Opinions on the first lap safety car, which happened about a corner in. What are you thinking about that?
I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it made the one stop also possible. Because you can go longer on the mediums, but a second safety car came out anyway. Yeah, I didn't see the crash, so I have no comment.
Me too.
Was somewhere in the back, I think, just two cars colliding, crashing out immediately. Sadly, I think it was Petrocam and a Williams involved. So unfortunate there. I believe it was Diego Sindriver even. So unfortunate there, but that safety car, as said, that helped your strategy. And luckily, those safety cars, if they didn't come in, this race could have ended up very much differently. Are you happy with your P2 finish first jump? Were you expecting this?
Yeah, when Chris is not racing, then I'm happy with a P2. Yeah.
You'll be back into
So,
the
yeah.
lead of the championship, and Hernan, I believe you'll just about jump Chris here. So
I don't know.
So basically, it will be you two will be 1-2 with Chris right behind. So we'll have a three-way battle into the championship here. And so first jump, do you have any final words entering this weekend?
Yeah, there's a lot of work to do next week, and yeah, what's next week? I think it's Imola 100%. Yeah.
Yep.
Looking forward to that, and yeah.
Look in the hell.
Difficult track to be honest.
Yeah.
So very
Absolutely.
much looking forward to that as well here in the comms box. So thank you so much for this jump. and congratulate P2 and the win in the sprint. Now to you, Hernano.
you.
P2 in the sprint and win in the feature race, which I think is the better combination of the two. What are your thoughts on just the overall weekend?
The weekend is good. I do much points. I think I can win also the sprint, but at the end in the last turn, Forest come a little bit longer and stuck in the middle of the turn.
Yeah.
So I try to cross his line, but I think I hit you in the back because
I
we
didn't
are.
notice.
We are so close, but it was a good fight. And in the race, I try to basically to do my best as always. No much. Cut corners. I have two warnings in the end, I think. And when I broke the DRS with Forest, I come 2.73 seconds from him. But in the middle of the slow chicane, I try a McLaren in the middle of the street, and I
Aye,
lose
aye, aye.
all my all my vantage from him. So I come back for make another gap, and I try, and I find that gap for the win.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Good insight as well for now for our other fighters at the front. Obviously, Miami, it's a bit of a DS track battle with 3 DS zones in here, so following
Yeah.
very much makes it a bit easy. But the Mickey Mouse chicane, as we is very much where it's a make or break. As if you're in the dirty at that corners can be difficult, but alone you just cut through there. And being in the lead, I can imagine that it goes easier than following through. But I saw on the different driving, Hernano, you were very risk-free on the rear end. You accelerated carefully. You short shifted way better than first jump that I saw. First jump was sliding every time on the acceleration zone or the traction zone at the end of turn 15, down to the second back straight, the long one.
Yeah.
So was that the reason also why you weren't going for the 2-stop, or were you just trying to cover off first jump by not pitting?
No, I start as I say for one stop. My strategy was one stop. Yeah, the DRS here is very powerful. You can catch your opponent very well. Basically, in this track, I think you manage the rear tires, so you accelerating sweet and uh, don't make the tire hotter, because you're done after you over 100 degrees on the rear. So I don't know my tire degree on the rear at the end, because I never saw that. But my tires was good till the end. So I think I make a good practice this week, because I'm practice a little bit more as usual for this track, because it's very tricky, it's very hard, and the result is good.
Understood. Yeah. Well, no more questions on my side. You explained it perfectly. Are you happy with the result? That obviously with the win miss in the sprint, you could have done a double win. But are you happy with the results
Yeah.
you came out tonight?
Yeah, I can make a double, but it's okay. Second in the sprint and first in the future race is okay. Fastest lap in the quali sprint, fastest lap in the quali. So I'm satisfied.
Understood. Yeah. Thank you so much. Do you have any final thoughts entering the weekend?
Yeah, sorry for my English.
Nah, don't worry, mate. Don't worry, mate. This is an international league. You don't need to be perfect English. I mean, it's you have perfect driving. You know, your perfect driving kind of cancels out. So, you know, congratulations there, and don't worry about it. You're not making a fool of no one. So thank you all for and congratulations podiums. I mean, double podium for all three of you. So hopefully this result will come up because this will get close for the championship as well. As Kick will most likely overtake, we will most likely be in the championship lead, and well, Alpine, you guys still need to work is a little bit through, as your second driver sadly didn't score any points tonight. So looking forward to see even a constructors battle entering the season.
Yep.
Thank you so much, and I guess we'll see you next week in 100% Imola. One track. A very difficult, obviously, track limits and the curbs, and obviously with the no assist, the traction will be one to look forward to. Thank you so much, and hear you next week.
Thank you for your works.
Thank you. See ya.
Goodbye. And with that, I will check out as well. We are currently looking at the results from last week. It was Chris who won in Saudi Arabia, with Fernando getting second and first jump in P3. This time without Chris, it was Fernando who won, and he has Constructors Champion one final time. Kick will definitely get the jump on McLaren as they haven't scored any points, and Alpine will get close, but won't be close enough to get the jump on McLaren. Chris will be demoted to most likely P3, with first jump retaking the championship lead absolutely close. Fernando might get second here. Will be decided by how many points, I believe, with the points submission, with the points gain in a weekend plus a sprint. It really will be looking to be a good jump from Andrew. Thank you so much. I was a commentator, Captain Foxy, for tonight, and I will see you all next week in Imola in Italy. Goodbye.